you for calling support. I'm gonna help you.
Hi, I need the support.
Yes.
Will you support me?
How can? For what?
I need the support, man.
What kind of support do you need?
Emotional support?
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Cool. Even I need that.
You need that,
Yeah.
but aren't you really happy?
What?
I mean, you sound really happy.
Yeah, I am very happy.
So why do you need the emotional support?
Everyone needs emotional support.
What?
Everyone needs that support.
Everyone needs that support. Oh, poor scambot. How's your work going today?
Okay. What?
How is your work going? Is it going well?
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah?
Than what we expected.
Have you stolen much money today?
Yeah, above the target.
You've hit the target.
Not hit the target, more than that.
You've passed your target.
Yeah, past the target.
So how many people have you scammed today?
I don't have to count.
You don't want to count?
20, 30.
20 or 30, and how much money do you steal each time?
$50 per head, approximately.
Right.
Sometimes 100, sometimes 50.
Right. I mean, that's quite a lot of money. And then, like, do you work for yourself or do you work for someone else?
What?
Do you work for yourself or do you work for someone else?
I work for someone else.
So how much commission do you get?
Commission?
Yeah,
No,
do you
I
not?
don't get any commission.
You don't get commission?
No. People who run this get commission. I get paid.
You get
on
paid
a daily basis.
on a daily basis. And like, how exactly do you scam people? Do you do, like, you know, Netstat and Tree and EventView and whatnot?
What?
Well, I'm just wondering how exactly you scam people. Do you do, like, Event Viewer and the Tree command and Netstat? Stopped services?
Yeah.
Yeah? How long have you been doing it? How long have you been scamming for?
From last 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, me personally. 2 months.
2 months. And do you like it?
And this is... What?
You like stealing money?
I don't, but the people who run this, they do.
Right. But you do the actual stealing, though, don't you?
I just you know, bring customers for them.
Victims, mate. Come on, victims.
Yeah.
Because they're not customers, are they? Really? You know, you don't. Yeah, the victims. So what time is it? Is it about?
Yeah.
Is it about
Whatever.
6 o'clock in the morning there? You must be pretty tired.
No, it's not 6. It's actually 5.
5?
Yeah.
All right. Where are you based?
Pakistan.
You're in Pakistan. I seem to be getting through to a lot of Pakistani scammers today. Normally I speak to Indian scammers.
No, no, actually, we we tell people that we are from India. Like we have been asked by senior to tell them that we are from India, but we are based in Pakistan,
Right, but
because India, is a
no, there's lots of
no, no. In India is a
there's lots of scammers in India. They're mostly around Noida, New Delhi.
see what happens is whenever a customer asks that where are you based or where are you from, we are taught to tell them we are from India, but actually I am currently sitting in Pakistan. So I don't know, like maybe because India is a rival country, maybe because of that. And about Noida, it's our senior, and with the association with a few white people from your country, the white people from your country, they are the actual people who run the scam. They help us to get the money. So they approve it, and their headquarters is based in Noida. So there are some agents involved as well, but most of the time the basic work is done from us, because we have there's millions of centers in Pakistan.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that most scammers come from Pakistan?
I don't know about India. I've not visited India I don't know, but I know about Pakistan. We have like millions of them here. It's like somebody started this. Somebody knows the entire A to Z from this thing, and then they hire people like me. Like I just got graduated and I had no job, so they hired me, and they are asked me to say stuff on phone, and they pay me every day.
So what did you graduate
And
in?
whatever money. What?
What did you graduate in?
Agriculture and animal husbandry.
Why don't you go and do that instead of stealing people's money?
Look, I'm not stealing anybody's money. I'm just, what should I say? I am helpless right now. Like initially, I thought that this is a very good thing. I am into, but within few weeks, I realized that this was wrong.
But
now
you are
I
stealing
need
people's money. Like if you tell someone that their computer is compromised when it isn't, and then you charge them,
I am involved. I'm equally involved in this process. I won't deny that. I'm equally involved. But the money that they make from those people doesn't, even a fraction of that money does not comes to me. So I don't think I don't think I'm doing this for myself. I will leave. I have plans to leave this within next next 3 months, because I am planning to start my own poetry for which I need like I need like 50,000 Pakistani rupees. So once I collect that, once I save that, I would go, if I get a loan, because as it is, our economy is about to clash, so you don't easily get loan here. So I'm just waiting to save money and get out of this place.
Oh, I mean, you almost make me feel sorry for you.
Look, I don't have any option. I'm completely aware about what I'm doing, but the thing is that if you come to this place and say that this has become a kind of an ecosystem completely, right? There are a lot of people involved, especially some government officials and some government officials from your end. There are a lot of people involved there. I'm just a very tiny piece of thing. And just in case if anything went wrong, the entire blame would be on me because I am the one who is interacting with the person on the phone.
Right.
So yeah, and ever since I have joined this, I realized that this is nothing as compared to what they are actually doing. Like if you visit the capital, like not the capital, if you visit Karachi, it's a state in Pakistan. Like they have got their trained professionals hired from USA, from your country, and they would ask them to call you guys being the income tax department officers, and then people who have not paid their taxes, they get called from these people, and they are so skilled in their work that they talk to them in a way that the person gets so frightened and he demands that, please spare me, don't steal my assets and stuff like that, and whatever you would say I would do. And they demand a lot of money, like $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah, I've spoken to IRS scammers before. Yeah.
Yeah.
My current favourites are SSA scammers.
I don't know about that. Maybe I know, but it's something else here, maybe. Social Security?
Yeah, Social Security Administration. Yeah, they claim that there's a Toyota Corolla with cocaine in it and whatnot.
It's really funny. It's really funny that like I am doing this work, but I'm not at all appreciating this, right? Because I'm completely aware that this is wrong, right? And nobody would love to do this. But the passion that I'm just an agent, right? I'm just an agent over here. I don't have to stay here entire life, right? I'm like young people do wrong stuff. They steal, they borrow, they steal, they kill people at this age, But now, after working here for a month, I realized that I'm doing wrong, and I made my plan for a completely different career, like the studies which I did for. So I would be, executing that plan very soon. But the passion that the guys who are running this, they have, that is insane. That's crazy. That's completely crazy. If you meet any of these guys, you would not make it up that this person runs the scam. That person would be either he would be some Pakistani political leader, or he would be, some sort of social server, right? If whatever money they makes from this business, 10% or 20% of that money they donate, and they create a very good image of themselves in the society. So
are there not legitimate call centers in Pakistan? I know that there are in India. There are a lot, because my internet service provider, they outsource to call centers in India. So there are real call center jobs. Do you not have those in Pakistan as well?
No, you never know. Even the big buildings in here, they run scams, right? They're made for running scams. And what's the worst thing? If suppose I am the one who is running the scam, okay, and I'm living in Pakistan. Now I took off your entire money. You were a millionaire in your place, and I somehow took off all the money from your account, and you're broke right now. And now you have complained, a case against me, and you know where I am, you know how I look, each and every detail about me, and your government knows that, too. But you cannot come to Pakistan and take me away, because there's a law that does not exist in Pakistan and Dubai, that if I'm committing some crime in your place, my police is going to handle that, not yours. So that's the worst thing over here, which encourages everyone to do this. Because
so is there's no extradition treaty between the States and Pakistan?
Yes, only in Pakistan and Dubai. Dubai, maximum criminals all over the world, they come and settle up over here, right? And that's the reason, though our prime minister claims that our country is a very prospering country and stuff like that, it's completely bullshit. It's completely bullshit. You can see ISIS training centers in every state, every city. You can see that they have small training centers at every places, and our army supports them. It's not that
your army
they are
supports ISIS?
Yeah. No, it's not like that. Initially, it was like that. Now, the thing is, the ISIS is supported. Our army is supported by ISIS. The thing is like that. Okay, just give me one. Just explain me the logic behind this. Okay, I have suppose near my home there is an army base. Okay, now just after 100 kilometers or 50 kilometers or 80 kilometers after the army base, there is the ISIS training camp. So all the supplies and all the things that goes to the camp is through the army base, right? And they never ever would accept this, never ever.
Right. And do your employers have anything to do with ISIS?
Well, I don't know about my employers, but there's a person, I don't know the name exactly. He is a foreigner. He's from USA, and he's some sort of, he actually works in a bank, some sort of Morgan Bank. I don't know the name of the bank. It's some sort of Morgan Bank, and I guess he owns it, or I don't know. He is a very main person of that bank, and he, in his association, these transactions are conducted. Transferring thousands and millions of dollars in a day would not be done without the help from the other side. So that is done through them. I don't know the exact process, but as far as ever since I'm working here, I know a lot of things about this thing, and this is crazy. And this place where I work, this is not linked with any such thing, because we try to, my organizer, people who are running this, what they do is they ask us to try convince the people to that they have problem in the computer. Once we do that, once we try and connect, and then we have got our seniors who again convince them, show them the problem, and then the pitch for money. And the pitch is made for anywhere between $50 to $80. And if the customer has got more than one computer, then it is $100.
I mean, that's still, to be honest, that's pretty cheap. I've had, I speak to scammers quite often, like most days. I think, and I've been charged thousands of dollars before.
Yeah, let me explain you how this works. You have not ended. Now, suppose you are my customer now. You paid me $50, and now you have been enrolled with my company, okay? Now what they do is they generate entire data, okay, and then they sell it to a different person at completely different call center, different state, and then those people call them for a refund. They try to give them the money back, and I don't know how they end up getting their money.
Because what they do is they get them to log into their bank account on the computer that they're remotely connected to. So then they have the bank account login details. No, I do, because I've also spoken to refund scammers a lot, and that's what they do, is they try and get you to log into your bank account whilst they're connected to your computer.
maybe I don't know about that thing, but what we do is like what we are asked to do is to just to you know make make good rapport with the customer, so that whenever I call the customer, he remembers me, that yes, I know this person, and we just have to build a sort of trust. So initially, I was very happy knowing that we are doing a good work. We are we are making the people believe that we are a good company. But later I realized that when the customer starts trusting us, then they sell the data of the customer to different people, and then they do sort of refund stuff.
So do you do? Can I ask? Do you do like, is yours like a pop-up scam, like a JavaScript pop-up, or do you do refunds, or what is the specifics of the scam that you run?
Sir, actually, sir, it's I don't know about the pop-up scam. I've heard it for the first time. Maybe it would be some sort of like there's a case in which a customer calls us and he says that I've got a pop-up, and the pop-up is asking me to call you guys. Now, I don't know how that pop-up goes to the customer's computer, and
I
don't know about that.
Like. I can tell you. Basically, what happens is there are people called lead generators, and they make the pop-ups, and then they buy toll-free numbers from number providers. And so what happens is the scammers will buy the toll-free numbers, they give those toll-free numbers to the lead generators, and then the lead generators make the pop-ups and then distribute them online.
Yeah, maybe this is what they do, and then
that
we
is
get
what they
calls
do.
from the customer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what they do, and then we get calls from people asking that we got stuff to handle. And this is what we do during October, November, December, January, and then the rest of the time we call people up, or we leave messages that they got problem in the computer and they have to fix it. So that's what we do. We
right. Okay. So you actually ring people up and say that you're Microsoft and that you've detected they've got a virus or something.
No. We don't use the term Microsoft. We just use that. We just tell that we get problem. We get notified that you have got some problem into your computer, and when they ask us the name of the company specifically, then we say that I'm calling you from your tech support, or I'm calling you from US support, or whatever, but we don't use the term Windows or Microsoft or anything like that.
Okay, why is that?
Yeah, actually this entire process is conducted by a few people. I mean, the topmost people, like some state are the native citizen of USA.
Right.
They are, and some are the native citizens, in fact, political leaders of Pakistan. And even suppose if you work here, suppose if you try to trace us, you would end up tracing the wrong person, right? If you trace this number, suppose, so you would end up tracing entirely. If you even try to locate us, right, you would end up locating us in the wrong place, in the wrong, wrong number, wrong place, everything, because we got technicians, right, over here that are hired from outside countries, because we don't have good technicians here. And we got the internet provider that we have, that is also kind of our own person who provides the internet. So there's a lot, the government is involved here, so it's pretty difficult for a person to, find it. And most of the time when the person is not willing to pay or do anything like that, then I don't do it personally, but I have heard people, talking badly with that person, and then trying to erase the files he had got in the computer, and and then then saying that if you can catch me, I'm setting up in India and stuff like that. We pretend that we are from India, but it's not the case. I am right now in Pakistan.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you're
won't lie.
Pakistani, but you don't understand Hindi, I'm guessing.
No, I understand Hindi.
You do?
I don't understand. No, I don't understand completely. I can understand a little Hindi because the language that we speak, which is Urdu, has got a little bit of Hindi involved in it. So I don't completely understand that, but I do understand a little bit of Hindi. But when we talk to the customer, like to you people, we pretend that we are from US, we are staying in US, we are calling you from US.
Yeah.
But when the customer gets to know that no, this is wrong, then we pretend that okay, we are from India, and then we create an impression that things are being done from India, right?
Okay.
So that's how it happens, because the headquarters, the headquarter of this entire thing is in Noida. And it is run by Indians and Pakistanis, both of them. They're kind of business partner in this. So
do you,
just a very,
do you
very
guys
small...
ever do you guys ever siski people if they don't pay up?
No, we don't do it. Siski, I guess. See, with Siski, you mean that there's some sort of lock that the customer has to, unlock it and then.
Yeah,
the
but I mean,
PC.
you can't do it in Windows 10 anymore because it's been removed. But in Windows 7 and Windows 8, you still can.
But a lot of time it has happened that I'm talking to a customer and he says that my computer won't open up, and then when he reads out, and then I figure it out that he has got Siski in the computer. So maybe other people does that. We don't do it.
Are you not worried that it's like, given that you work for a criminal organization that has ties with the political elite of your country, and are criminals, are you not worried that it's going to actually be difficult for you to leave that job? Because they might not let you. If they threaten your family or whatever, then you're going to be stuck there, aren't you?
No. Actually, the people who actually speak with the customers, like the people who calls for this thing, Social Security, or the IRS people, or the refund people who actually do that thing, all right? They are the one who can face problem, not me. We are like, let me tell you how it happens, right? Suppose for giving example of my own place, we have like 20 people. They're called agent. I am one of them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what my work is to call the customer, convince that customer, and get a remote access of his computer. And after that, I don't have to worry what happened with the customer. My work is done. So I have my daily target is to get 5 customers a day. All right, and everybody's daily target is to get 5 customers a day. So they have like 20 people for this. Now these 20 people are mostly students who are looking for a job, who don't have work, and who want their daily who want some money for their daily expenses. So they come and go. Now suppose if anybody from this batch of 20 people gets another job in a different place, which is a better job, he would definitely switch, and nobody would ask him to stay or anything like that, because it's very easy for them to get people who really need work, right? So for example, for me, if I have applied at different places, right? I have applied at many different places for work, as a clerk, as an assistant, of a poultry assistant, as a consultant. I've applied for various different. If I get a job in any of these things, I would switch. But if I am the person who is doing the IRS, or who's doing that, who's literally speaking with the customer, convincing that I'm from the IRS department. If I was that person, and if I leave, then that might be difficult for that person. But nobody does that because they make very good money.
I sort of don't understand. If you don't actually engage with the victims to take their money, what is your role there?
My work, look, what my work is, suppose you called me and you said I need a support.
Right.
I would say you called me and you said me that I got a call from you. What's the matter? So I'll try to convince you that, sir, we got some notifications in our frame server that your computer has got downloaded with some malicious files. So that's the reason we are calling you to help you out to fix that problem. And you won't get convinced very nicely in the first go. So I'll try to convince you more. And once you get convinced, then I'll try. Then I'll tell you that, okay, I'm just going to update your computer. So then, when I say update your computer, I mean I want to get connected.
Yeah.
Once I get connected, then what I do, I transfer the call. I transfer the call. I transfer the connection to the different room, which is completely, restricted. Like, we cannot visit that room. We don't know what happens there.
Okay.
So that's where you get transferred, and I tell at the end, before hanging up the call, I tell you that the next person who's going to call you would be my senior, and that senior guy calls you, and he does the entire thing. My part of work is only getting you connected, and then looking for another customer. That's what I personally do. That's my work profile, kind of.
Right. So you're like a gatekeeper. You kind of receive the incoming calls, and then you just forward them on to like the other scammers, who would then do the actual scam. Like you wouldn't do the actual tree command, netstat, event viewer, stop services, and all that. You'd just connect and then pass it on to someone else to do.
Yeah, but the organization, or the head of this organization, they want like 10 people to do that, right? Like that. See, the initial part is called opening. Opening means connecting you with the senior technician, and the whatever you said, that stuff that he does, is called closing. So the people who bring customers are called opener or agent, which I am. And people who sell, who try to convince them that they got problems, they need money to fix this, they are called closers.
Okay.
So we have got 20 openers and 5 closers. Now they want 10 closers, so they want to pull out 5 from the 20 people to their closing lot. So they want to make it 10, and they will hire more 5. So guys who are really very interested in this, guys who really want to do this for their entire life, they show pretty much interest and they become closer. That's how this is done.
Do the closers get paid more?
They actually get paid kind of a commission.
Okay.
Sometimes they get paid by salary, or sometimes they get paid kind of commission. Like we have a closer. His name is Abdul over here, and he kind of makes $200 to $500 a day.
A day.
Okay, and
so he's like he makes that for himself, or that's how much he kind of. For the organization. Okay. He makes $500 a day for the organization, and what he gets is 10% of what he made, and plus he gets a secure salary every month.
So he, so seeing him and seeing his lifestyle, a lot of people from this batch of 20, they get very influenced and they want to do the same thing.
Okay.
But this is ethically wrong. And if my parents get to know this, that I'm doing this, they would definitely not want me to work here anymore. But then I don't have any other option right now. If I get like what I really want is to open up a poultry farm, and then increase it. Start layer farming, start hatchery, then do dairy farming. Stuff like that. That's where I have studied, and that's what I have studied, and that's what I want to do. But now, since I don't have money for my own expenses, and this place is it's easy to get a job at this place, so I'm doing it. And I am among those who would switch when they get a good option. And then there are people who want to grow in this line, in this place. So I'm not among those. I would definitely switch if I get a good option.
Okay. Do you what's your native language? Is it like Urdu or what is it? Pashto or Urdu? Can you speak some?
Yeah, but I cannot. I would feel shy.
Okay. Do you know what a scambaiter is?
What?
Do you know what a scambaiter is?
No.
No. Okay. Do you get many what you would call prank calls?
Prank calls?
Yeah, like people ringing you up and pretending. Pretending.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Last week there was not. It's not last week. I don't know. Maybe 2 weeks from now. Maybe. Yeah. There was a call, and then that person was alive on YouTube, and he was kind of talking to one of my colleague, you can say, and he was making fun of him. And then my colleague started saying that you cannot do nothing to me. I'm not at your place.
I'm not
India.
gonna. I'll just turn him down a bit. I'm not gonna tell him that you guys are listening, so I'm not gonna press the Urdu thing, Jack.
So that happened.
Okay. So how many prank calls would you say that you like? What's the ratio of prank calls to genuine calls that you get? Would you say as the opener?
Well, I have not received. I have received a prank call, but then we make it out when the person is, doing a prank, or when the person is genuine. So that thing we can make it out.
Okay.
Like people who are very new to this, they would definitely not. But people who talk to people on a regular basis, they can. Like if for example, if you said me that okay, I'm in front of a computer and what I need to do, so that would be a very shocking thing for me, because a genuine customer would never do this. He would first ask me a lot of questions, and then I would have to explain a lot of things to him, and then that would work. So these are kind of tricks through which you would get to know whether the person is doing a prank or he is actually doing it.
Right. Yeah. So you would like the way that you would tell a prank call from a genuine call is that presumably if they displayed any sort of technical knowledge, then you would know that they were making a prank call?
No. Look, I actually, honestly speaking, I have 1 or 2 times this thing had happened.
Right.
When I was pranked with me, and over here I don't know, because when we're working, like right now, everyone has gone, and I'm staying here for some other work. But when everybody's here and you're working, so you cannot even tilt your head. You cannot even look out and see what's going on. You have to see the screen and you have to speak. All you
Right.
can do is drink water, because we have people behind us. They just roam behind us. Like in a row of 10 people, there are two people who just whose work is just to roam behind and see whether they're talking or not. They're not here to help us. They're not here to help us. They're just behind us to see us whether we are, talking to the people, or we are talking with ourselves, or we are doing something else apart from the work. So that's how they do.
Okay. So I'd heard, right? So right. So what I've heard about, like I've heard something about your pay, and I suppose I'd like to know if it's true. So what I've heard is that you get paid monthly, about 2 weeks into the month, and that the pay is for the previous month. So if you leave before the payday, then you get no money, and then but if you stay to get it, then you've essentially worked 2 weeks for nothing. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know about that. Most of them do that. Most of them do that. Look. When you're scamming people, when you're actually running a business which includes scamming people, you can do anything. You can do anything with your agents as well. So
What do you mean? You can treat them
I have
any
been,
way you see fit?
look. If they throw me out of this place and they give me no money, do you think I can fight with them
No,
after knowing what they are doing?
no.
They have got political support. They have got they've been supported internationally. Even people from your place supports them. You tell me, how is this possible? Look, I have heard this happened last year, okay, and these kind of stories motivate people like Abdul. Okay, now what happened? There was an old man of Indiana, I guess, right? He he was said that his account has got some extra money or something like that, and whatever money was extra was $500,000. Okay, so $1.5 million was extra. Okay, so he was asked to do a physical wire transfer to to his own country, to a person who lives in their own country. So he transferred $500,000 to that person, right, in US, and then whatever share they got it later on. So mostly what happens, the money, and especially the cards. You must have heard about the cards, right? The gift card stuff.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
mostly ask you to buy card. Now what happens is, this is really wrong, because I came to know about this few weeks ago. Okay, so this would shock you, because what happens is, you're buying this gift card. Okay, now what happens is, this gift card is sent. The code comes to us. Okay, and then we send this code to China. Okay, so suppose you bought a $100 gift card for iTunes. Okay,
Right.
so now that gift card is sent to China. Okay, now what they do is, they buy gift card from us in half the price. So if I took $100 from you, I would be getting $50 for that card. Okay, and what they do is, they send the gift card back again to people who are conducting scam in your place. So technically they get gift cards for half the price, or maybe less than that.
Right. So hang on.
Is actually getting.
Right. So let me see if I've understood this. Right. So right. I think you kind of right. I'm going to be honest. You lost me at China. Right. So let's back it up a bit. Right. So all right. So why is China involved in the gift card scam?
Look, China is the main source of uh, exchange. What would I do with your dollars if I cannot
Oh
exchange
right,
it to
so
my money?
is that where the money is laundered?
Look, what happens is, uh, I know about the gift card, and I'm pretty sure the big amount, like, big amounts like $100,000 that get scammed through various different scams, whether it is IRS or this Social Security thing. This The entire money goes to, either it is sent to people through people in your place,
Mm-hmm.
right? The person who conducts who is the main head of the scam, right? Either that money is sent to that person and then he distributes the share to the people involved in it, or what happens is, uh, uh, to uh, for the police, so that they cannot trace the money, where it went and how it went. What happens is, people are asked to buy gift cards. Okay, so suppose they bought gift card for say $100.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the gift card number. Okay, now I would give it to my seniors. Now they would send this gift card to someone in China. Okay, now that person would buy a gift card in half the price. Okay,
Right.
it would be like if I bought if suppose you are the person paying me the gift card. Okay, you bought it for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would be making $50 out of it. Okay, so when the China
So
guy, basically they are the traders. Okay, they are the huge big traders of China who does that. So they won't buy $100. They buy it for like $1 million, or things like, or somewhere amount similar to that. So they buy gift card, the numbers, and then they again sell it back. They again send that back to US. Okay,
right.
the people to their people, not the Chinese people, their members. That would be definitely some US officials as well. So they send it back to them. Okay, so either they do this, or what they do is they transfer money through bitcoins.
Right.
So Bitcoin play a very major role for the Chinese, only for the Chinese, because here I don't know anybody knows about Bitcoins over here or not.
Well,
Only the
you do.
organizational head. No, I do, because the reason why I know so much thing is that the person who is being trained for closer, you know, like who goes there inside, sits with them, sits with the people, right? Sits, listen what they're talking, and listen how, he teaches me stuff. Like, he is the one who gives us all the information, like how this happens. So he's been called inside every day, and he's been given training for, to convince customer how to, get money out of the customer. And in the meanwhile, he listens the rest of the thing, and then he comes out and he tells us that this is what happens. So it's been like, I know, like every time he comes out, he is up with a new thing. So then I kind of figured out like how this works, and how this entire thing happens. And you believe or not, right? Somewhere, United, some people, some elite people of United Nation is involved here. It's that I can definitely say this, because this scam. I do it for $50 a day, suppose, right? There are a million of people doing it, and it involves a million of money involved every day. Okay, now this money gets distributed to a lot of people, right? Some people sitting in China, some people sitting in Pakistan, some people sitting in USA. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so is this not possible that people from USA is also involved in this thing, is this in this entire scene? It is definitely possible because how would a person make a transaction of $1.5 million and the person would not get caught even when the complaint was made? This is very uh, wrong thing, I would say. And neither you nor me can do anything because people who are heading this are very powerful people. They can do anything. If they get to know that no, I spoke so much with you, although they won't because I have just disconnected the computer from their network and I have connected it to a different network. So they would definitely not. But if they get to know, they can kill me as well.
So, I mean, this is what I was asking you earlier, isn't it? Like, you seem to know quite a lot about the operations there. Does that not put you at risk?
Yeah. No, not me. Because I'm not, I know it, and everybody sitting with me knows that, but they cannot come out and speak about this in public. Because if I speak in public about this, that look, that person does that, that would what make it more risky. Everyone sitting over here with me knows what is being done and how it is being done. Everybody knows that, and even the organizers of this thing knows that we know, but we don't have that guts to speak out and in public, or nobody has that guts to make a stand and say that this is wrong, because according to them this is right. Every bad thing is right in Pakistan. They do this country. I really don't want to say this, but this is my country definitely. But I don't have any patriotic feeling about this country. Recently, you must have heard there was, a war initiated between India and Pakistan. Did you heard about the news?
Well, I didn't know there was an actual war. I know that there's been tensions, but I don't really watch the news. Let me Google war Pakistan India.
No. Let me tell you what happened. This was over the news, and each and every kid knows this. Okay. Look.
I mean,
what
how
happened
long
actually.
ago are we talking?
It's February. 14th
February.
February. Last month. What happened? Pakistani terrorist. I shouldn't be saying this, but they bombed a vehicle of 42 Indian soldiers, and all of them dead. Okay, with 300 kilograms of this thing bomb. So that thing initiated the war. And Pakistan, our prime minister denied that this never happened. But the Indian army knew that it was done by the terrorists, and then they did an airstrike on the terrorist base, to which again our media denied, our prime minister denied that there was no airstrike conducted, and it was a very good chance for us to join hands with India and remove terrorism from the roots. But I don't know why our prime minister didn't do that, because India only attacked the terrorist bases, not the military. If they had any intention for war, they would have definitely attacked the military bases. But they have bombed, in fact, 3 to 4 terrorist camps.
Right,
So if
in Pakistan.
In Pakistan, they bombed 3 terrorist bases, and if Pakistan really wanted to end terrorism, they would have joined hands with India, and they would have, fought against terrorism, But it's sick. These people are sick. They said that India wanted the war and things like that. But actually, if they wanted the war, it's very logical, right? If I wanted to attack your country, I would attack your defense, right? I won't attack in jungles. So they that time was a time of chaos. And
I
then
mean,
we
if
did
it was me, if I wanted to attack a country, I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't
Mhm.
attack. I wouldn't attack the military at all. If I wanted to take a country down, I'd attack the infrastructure, roads, water, power. Like once you take water and power
Yeah,
out of the way, then you know,
what taken? Water has been taken already. What happened is, see, it is a fact that we people, I have to be very honest with you, all right? Not me personally, not the educated people. Okay, there is a group that all Pakistanis are the same. Okay, the educated people who are very much educated and sensible, they comes to a different class. Okay, and the people who are not educated, who think that God is everything, Islam is everything. Okay, what they do is they are being taught that literally children are taught that to please your God, you have to make sacrifices. Now, sacrifices include killing people. Okay. Now, this is not done in our state or any, but it is done in the rural area. Okay, at extreme, like which is with the place which is completely poor. They don't have any school. They don't have any hospitals. They don't have the in places where they actually survive. So in that places, these terrorists make bases, and then they, collect all the population of that place, and they teach them these things, right? The military supports in weaponry. Obviously, if the military won't support, if there is a terrorist camp in a country, suppose if there is a terrorist camp in your neighborhood, the government would definitely get to know about that, right? So we can see physically the camp physically present beside the this thing, the military bases. I can see it physically. I can send you the picture of that camp, but the government would not ever approve that, right? So the government is also involved in this. They help the terrorist, they feed the terrorist, and when the terrorist does something, something wrong outside the world, then they blame the other country. So that's how Pakistan is. The new prime minister seems to be very much, uh, you know, into progress and stuff like that, but he's also controlled by ISIS.
the prime minister. I mean, that's quite a bold claim.
The prime minister wants to develop this country, but the thing is that there's a lot of pressure of ISIS, because last time when anything like this happened, the ISIS people killed like 200 school children. So they went to the school, they shot down 200 children in each and every classroom. So that was very scary. And now at this year, when India initiated a fight against terrorism, they answered back. They killed 300 terrorists in three camps. Okay, and instead of joining hands with them and fighting against terrorism, they kept denying that nothing like this happened. They kept refusing facts. They just they did things which could initiate war. So if the war was initiated, our economy is about to clash, right? If you check the GDP of Pakistan and if you Google this, you will get to know our economy can clash anytime this year. We have got funds, we have got loans from an Arab king, Prince Salman. I guess Prince Salman. He visited our country last month, and he invested 20,000, 20,000, no, I don't know,
I mean,
$3,000 million.
according to now, let me just businessstandard.com. The Pakistani.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! It wants me to turn ad blocker off. The Pakistani GDP.
You have 61 seconds.
Oh, I might have to hang up and ring you back. Yeah, because the phone system I'm using is going to cut us off in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up, but I'm going to ring you straight back. All right?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, X-Lite. I think you can only make a call for an hour on X-Lite. But anyway. See you later, Jack. See you later. Hello? Hey.
Yeah.
Hello, it's Shiva again. Hello?
What?
Hello?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. We were talking just now.
Well, we were talking business, some business.com.
Oh no, X-Lite, you bastard. Did he give his name?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, there's something wrong with my computer.
No, I'm the same person.
Oh, right, okay, hello. I think I rang just now and somebody else answered, and they hung up.
No. Nobody's here today. Nobody's here today. Today, everybody left home early.
Right, okay.
I wouldn't be talking so much if anybody would be here today, right? And this a request, right? Next time you call, I mean, not now. Now, if I leave, and then if you call tomorrow, do not ever discuss that I spoke to you so much, because.
No, well, I mean, if I call tomorrow to do a bait, I won't be mentioning this conversation at all, because I'll be focused on the current bait. Like, I'll be focused on that call. See, because what I like to do is to ring up scammers and waste their time for as long as possible. Now, I like to think that I'm quite good at it, because I can keep a scammer invested all the way up to a payment stage, right? Where, obviously I give fake credit card details. And, we can be entering multiple card details. So I think I'm quite good at baiting scammers. And that's largely because I concentrate on the call, like you have to when you're working. Like, you have to look at the screen and kind of listen to what's being said. Well, I do the same thing from the other side, but with a view to wasting the time of the scammer for as long as possible. Yeah.
Okay, but you're not wasting my time anyways, because
No,
I'm not
well,
working.
yeah. I mean, I get that we're just having a conversation. Yeah. This is kind of slightly different to my normal sort of calls.
Yeah, but if you call, see, this is on a serious note. If you call, suppose you call tomorrow and you say that, a guy I spoke with, he said me these things, so they would easily make up who the guy was, because I'm the one only here right now.
Yeah.
So,
no. I mean, I've got I like I said, that's not something that I would do. The only reason that I would ever mention it is if it turns out that you answer the phone and then we recognize each other. Yeah. But I wouldn't say to another scammer, oh, I had a conversation with a scammer there yesterday and we talked about, all sorts of stuff, because that wouldn't do anything. Like, that wouldn't help the call.
The reason why I am saying you these things is that the kind of feelings you have, after listening to these things, I also have the same feelings, right? If I had any good thing on my head, or anything that would that would make me want to stay here, I would have never said you these. And instead, I would have gone for the regular call, tried to convince you I'm a genuine person, stuff like that. Right, I would have done that. But I truly feel exactly what you feel, right? So I really want to leave this place. I'm looking for another job. If I leave this thing, I would never, ever in any way be connected to this stream any way. So because it's the start. I am 22 and it's the start of my career, and I want to do a lot of things, but not this. Definitely not this. But I don't have any. I'm helpless, right? We don't have jobs here, right? We don't get jobs very easily, right? We don't have work here. It's a very poor country, firstly, and then a lot of communal issues. That's another stuff. So whatever we got, we have to stay in that thing. So I got this. I have to stay here. I cannot. I don't want to develop this. I don't want to try to collapse this entire organization. I don't want anything. I just want to stay, earn money, leave.
Okay. And how long do you think that will take you?
Well, I have figured out everything. Look, let me talk about myself. When I joined this on January, right? I joined this place. So first 2 weeks I was being trained to talk to people, with foreign accents, to understand their accents. So I was being trained, and then I started calling them, and first month it was fabulous. I was like, dude, I got a proper job now, and I would perform very good, and I would do stuff, things like that. And then one of my friend, who again joined with me, and he was very much skillful, so he got an opportunity to be the closer. So he used to go inside, he used to listen to stuff, he used to come out to say me stuff. Right. I know 50% of entire thing. He knows everything. He can even tell you how the scams work, the IRS, the social securities and the refund stuff. He can tell you each and everything. He knows a lot. And he comes out, he's telling me these crazy stuff, and and this blew my mind. And then I thought that you cannot stay here, do wrong thing, and you cannot expect right things to happen, right? So I know I will have to face losses in future for what I'm doing right now, but I don't want to do it for my entire life. I have planned out, like, by the end of June or by the mid-June I would leave. I would be doing something different. I would be in a field where I can grow myself. I can definitely not grow myself here.
No, I mean, what you're doing is antithetical to any sort of personal growth, really.
Yeah. This is and this is just spoiling my potential, right? If I have potential for doing something good, so I'm just wasting that potential, right? So I know, ever since I got to know about these things going on, stuff like that, I thought that I should tell this to higher authorities, but then I realized that I can get screwed up very nicely. So I thought just stay away from this thing, Just have to make my way out.
There's also there's actually a kind of deeper implication, which normally I would never say this to a scammer, because it's not something that I think would ever be properly heard, right? But there's a deeper personal implication, which is that, and you're quite young, so I don't know how aware of this you'll be, but the more you do something, like when you do something, right, anything, good or bad, right, you're more likely to do that thing in the future, right? So so you're saying that you want to leave, right? And that's kind of good, but
I don't, I
but
don't,
but the
don't like
more
it.
the
Yeah,
the more that
yeah.
you carry out unethical actions, which it seems that you're aware that that's what you're doing, then the more likely you are to be unethical in the future.
Well, I don't know about that, but this thing, look, being unethical. Maybe if in future I would do something wrong, but I would definitely not be involved in taking off anybody's money, right? Because if you see, the day I realized that this was wrong was when I got to know that these people collect data, they sell it. Right now, suppose you are the person, you spoke with me, I gave my entire effort to comfort you, please you, built a trust between you and me, and I did right from my end. And I said, sir, I know you got problems in the computer, I lied to you, okay, that you got problem, but we're gonna fix it, and you call me anytime, every time I'm available, which I would be definitely. So this thing we do, right? If you are my customer and you have some problem in your computer, again, after paying, so that thing I will help you out with that, right? So I put my 100% effort to help you out, and to work for my organization, and to earn say $50 from you. Okay, now I get to know that then you would be then transferred to a different place. A person from a different place would call you with my reference, obviously. Okay, that you remember you paid this guy this much money. I am calling you from the senior department. And then he does stuff in your computer, and that would make you lose your money. That can be any amount. Maybe whole of your money, maybe less of your money. It could be any amount, right? So then, what you would think of me? You would think that I was the one who initiated that, so I am equally involved in that, right? But what am I getting out of that money? Nothing. I would be getting nothing. And I'm not even getting anything out of that $50 I made from you, right? But the entire scenario, if you see in the entire scenario, I would be the one who would be getting all the negative, things, right? So I don't want to be that one. So I really don't love this thing. I don't like this thing at all. In fact, I hate work, coming up here working, but I have to work because I don't have any other option left, right? I have applied for a lot of and a lot of places, a lot of jobs. I don't care if they keep my salary, they don't give me. I don't care about that. But if I get this is not my field, right? This is not my field. My field is farms and animals, right? So if I get anything working at that sector, I would definitely go for that, because it's I want to grow, right? I want to do. I don't want to do real big stuff, but I just want a normal life, right? I want to grow in the work which I do, and whatever I do, that should make me happy. This does not make me happy on a
Well, yeah,
personal level. Definitely
but
not.
while you're doing this, you can't grow because a kind of ethical, like growth is predicated upon morals, right? So
Yeah,
all
I know
personal
what
growth.
you're saying about is. I know that what you're saying about, right? Like if I'm doing wrong thing, right? So now I am prone to do wrong things, right? Now I'm aware that I'm doing wrong, and but still I'm doing wrong because right now what I'm thinking is that I need money. So if doing wrong gives me money, so I would do it. So there are chances that I would do this in future, right? Doing wrong for my own benefit, and being aware that I am doing wrong, right? This is what you're gonna say. You're trying to say, right?
Yes. Right,
Well,
and the fact that you know it's wrong makes it more like, and I'm going to use a kind of specific sort of language here, but it makes it more spiritually dangerous, right? Because you know what you're doing is wrong, but you're doing it anyway.
yeah, I know that. Look, the thing is that I am aware right now, And the major thing for me is that I have made a decision, right? That I won't be continuing this. I am doing this. That's my what you can say. Uh, I have to do this. I don't have any other option, right? I'm doing it under the situational circumstance. That's my, weakness. I don't have any other option left. But I have made my mind that I won't do it. That's the thing what matters to me. So I realize that I'm doing wrong, and I have made my mind that I'm not going to do it anymore. The reason why I'm still doing this because I don't have any option right now. But I'm not relied on God that God is going to give me a path and then I'll do what is to be done. No, I'm creating my own. You know, I applied for various jobs. The next day I came to know about this refund thing. So I thought that, dude, this is serious shit I'm into. My parents didn't, educated me for this. Definitely not.
What do your parents think you do?
Here, working in call center means doing executing customers. That's it. They never ever go deep into it, like what actually you do. And neither any external person is allowed to go so deep. The thing is that they know that this person owns this business and my son works for this person. That person is a politician, he's a nice guy, so definitely he would be doing something nice. And I cannot go out and say that no, he's not a nice guy, he scam people outside, he run a scam. If I say this, I would be, killed, I might be killed, my parents might be in trouble, they might be facing trouble for my activities, which I don't want. Nobody would want that, right? So I cannot protest against them, I cannot fight for what's going on. What I can do is I can just quietly move. So all I'm waiting for is this opportunity, which I would make. So the fact that you're saying that, I know that I'm doing wrong, but I'm still doing it. I understand you. I can understand what you're trying to say to me, but you need to understand that I am doing it under a pressure, right? And you should be appreciating this, that yes, I am aware and I have made a decision that I won't be doing it anymore because this is wrong, and I'm gonna get out of this anytime sooner, like within a month or two. So you should also consider this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, in certain respects, I'm not. All right, so I mean, I kind of am judging you, but I'm also not judging you. I sort of I judge scammers in the sense that I think what they're doing is wrong, so I'll ring them up and waste their time. But I'm not.
Let me tell you one thing, okay? See, whenever you get a call from a scammer, okay, it's 90% of chances that they are based up in Pakistan, okay, or not in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, okay. So those people are, English medium passed out, okay. They're English medium passed out people. They know how to speak English. They speak English like me, okay. So now 90% of the chances is that you would be getting called from an executive like me, okay. So once you are transferred to a different person, that person is the actual scammer, okay? Because you don't even know, the first person who was speaking to you won't even know what is going to happen with this guy, because he is paid to bring the customer, get the console. That's all he is paid for, and he knows that this is my job profile. I don't want to know anything further than that. I don't need to know anything less than that.
I'm going to be honest. Now, I think this is a really good conversation, so I think I can kind of save this, and you won't get offended or anything. But what you're saying sounds very much like the Nuremberg defense, right? Now, the Nuremberg defense was, and I want to be clear here, I'm not equating you with Nazis at all, right? I'm not saying that you're a Nazi, but the Nuremberg defense was a defense used by low-ranking Nazi soldiers during the Nuremberg trials after the Second World War, right? When certain German people were put on trial for crimes against humanity because of what happened with the gas chambers and all of the, the extermination of peoples. Now, their defense was, I was just following orders, right? I wasn't, I didn't have a choice. I wasn't the one who was really doing the killing. I might have been doing something else. So now, again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that you're like those people, right? Because they were mass murderers, right? And you're not a mass murderer. You're a scammer. But it does, like, what you're saying sounds a little bit like what they were saying, right? Like you're kind of distancing yourself from the act. And I understand why, psychologically, in order for you to do what you do and still think that you're a good person, you kind of have to do this. But you're distancing yourself from the act by saying, well, I'm not the one who's actually conning the people. I'm just the one, but you are the one who is facilitating the fraud. Right, because if you just hung up on the person when they rang you, then the call wouldn't be passed on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm not saying that I'm not involved. In fact, I'm saying that I'm the one who initiated this, and I'm the one who gets blamed. Right? I'm the one. But see, suppose I don't have any future plans and I want to stay in this firm and I want to, grow in this firm, then if I do anything like that, I would be very proud. Okay, like if I tend to take say $100 from you, saying that your computer has got corrupted, so I would be very proud, right, about that. And if I'm initiating the call, right? If I'm the one who is initiating the call, and I would be very proud in forwarding. I would feel very proud in forwarding that, look, I did something today. But the point is that, when suppose the scam ends, okay, you ended up losing thousands of dollars from your account, okay?
Right.
You will blame me, right? Because I'm the first person who started this, right? So, and this thing made me realize that, if you say anything wrong, look, I am very much into this cosmology and then spiritual science, right? So if you say anything wrong about me, that negative vibe would definitely affect me personally, okay? That would affect me, not the person who actually did that, all right? But the person who did that got the entire money, okay? I got nothing. I started the thing, I got all the negative things, I got blamed for what I did, but I got no rewards, right? So that thing made me realize that I'm just wasting my time here, and I'm just wasting my performance decreased, right? They asked 5 customers a day, I give them 1, right? That too, just to prove that yes, I am working, but I really don't want to work.
But earlier, you said that you had you'd surpassed your quota.
What?
Didn't you say that you had surpassed your quota earlier? That you had a quota to meet,
what?
And that you'd met and you'd taken more calls than you had to. Didn't you?
What? I'm not getting you. What are you trying to say?
Well, right. So, all right. Did you just now? You said that you only passed 1 call through to the closers. Yeah.
The closers? 1 go through the closers, you're saying?
Maybe I misheard you? Did you not just say that you'd? I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's 3:00 in the morning where I am, and I'm pretty tired. So I might have misunderstood what you were saying, but did you not say that you only passed like one of your incoming calls forward to the closers, or did I misunderstand that?
Yeah, one.
Right,
See,
but earlier in the call,
yeah.
when I rang you last time before I had to hang up, right?
Uh-huh.
Quite early in the call, you said more than once that you had met your quota of calls for the day.
Your my like the targets.
Yeah,
I was lying you, Dan.
you were lying. Right, okay.
I thought because when you said me that when you said that how much money you made, I came to know that you just kind of you would prank. So I would be normal. So I would say you stuff that freak you out. So I said we made a lot of money today and stuff. I actually I don't know how much we made.
All right, okay.
People, right?
Well,
So
I actually got access to scammers. Right, so one time, right, this will make you laugh. I had a scammer on my virtual machine, right? Because I use a virtual machine when I get scammered. I don't let scammers onto my.
I know that.
Right, okay. So, and the scammer logged into his payment gateway to try and get payment from me, right? So I saved his password and then booted him from the VM, right? And me and somebody else refunded somewhere in the region of $200,000 to various people, right? But their turnover for the previous 12 months was 1.2 million.
Oh God. Look at that. When you are paying with your in a payment page. Okay, when you're in a payment page, let me tell you what happens here. Okay, the gateway, the payment gateway, that is like completely authentic, completely genuine. Okay, so if you one of my friends works as a closer, not here, as a different place. Okay, so what happens there is like the money, whatever the company generates, gets stored in the gateway. Okay,
Right.
so if anybody complains, okay, so what the gateway does is the gateway refunds the money back to the person.
Right.
Suppose you paid me $200, okay?
Mhm.
You paid me $200, and like 20 people like you paid me $200. So I have got $4,000 in my gateway, which I won't be getting instantly. I would be getting at the end that money at the end of the month, okay? So the gateway people are authentic, genuine people, okay? Now what happens is, if anybody from your end claims a charge back, suppose you don't like the service, you want your money back, so I will have to give you that money back, okay? So that money the gateway people has to give you the money back. I'm not no more involved in the money, okay? So the gateway people, what they do is they would be giving you your money back, so you got your money back. Now if two more people, if you get 3 chargebacks, okay, so the $600, suppose 2 more people charge again for $200, okay, so the gateway will be sending them their money back, okay? So you got your money, 2 other got their money. So the left money, which would be $3,400 in the gateway, that would be taken by the gateway. That money would not be given to the company, because the gateway would charge that money. They would close the gateway. All right, the payment gateway would be closed, and they might file complaint against the company that what kind of work are they doing that the customers are complaining so much, and the money would be taken as a compensation to their gateway. So in this case, the company, the people who take money out of you guys, they actually don't get money. So they have to be very much attentive. Like if you give me $200, so I would be calling you every day to make sure that you are satisfied for 1 month, right? I would be calling you every now and then to make sure that you are satisfied, so that you don't do the chargeback. Because if there's more than 3 chargeback, the gateway keeps the money, no matter how much money is stored. If there is $50,000, the gateway is going to take that money.
So
Alright?
what? So if there's 3 chargebacks, the gateway keeps the money. But if there are further chargebacks, does the payment gateway still have to refund the victim?
Yeah, this happens. Look, the payment gateway is not going to give me the money, okay? That doesn't mean that the payment gateway is going to take it for themselves. So
Okay.
they will be having the money, and there's a policy of chargeback for 6 months. So if anybody else has claimed the chargeback under 6 months, the money will be refunded to them. The gateway is a proper, authentic place, and like the gateways you have when you do online shopping. So that is the different thing. But when people ask you to buy gift card, then that means you're losing your money. There is no chargeback, and people who does that prefer this. The people who does this scam prefer gift card over any other medium of payment, because once you buy the gift, first of all, it is completely easy to get gift card, and once you get gift card, there's no way the person is going to get that money back. And
Right. Okay.
Payment gate.
Okay.
Yeah, and this payment gateway thing is pretty risky for the people who is conducting the scam. So if you get to know any scammer or right. So if you really want to screw them, then what you can do, you can pay him first, then immediately after paying, within maybe next 20 minutes, you can you can claim a chargeback. So that would really screw that person up, right? Like the organizer would be fucking that person very bad. Like, what kind of closer are you? That person again had a chargeback. That is a really risky thing. So if they made say $50,000 in 1 month, and they got 2 chargebacks already, and then you gave another chargeback, so they are losing their entire $50,000.
Right. Okay. So what happens because this does happen sometimes? What happens when a scambaiter like myself gets access to the payment gateways and does mass refunds?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I
All right.
I really don't know. Because
Okay.
look, like
So
everybody.
just to move on from the payment gateways, actually, there's because you were saying like there's no work and stuff. Well, Google is your friend. What about something like the provincial or district departments, the National Disaster Management Authority, the Provincial Disaster Management Authority, or the Public Health Engineering Department? They're all like in Pakistan. Couldn't you get a job with one of those?
Look. If you think that the money, whatever we make, okay, whatever money this thing makes, so half of this entire money is left in US. Okay, like the people who are running this, they keep it. Okay,
Right.
so they are the one who make path for this thing, so that they could earn. Right.
Okay.
So suppose a good, powerful person from your country did this. He hired people from Pakistan and asked them to do this. He provided the information and database of the customer. Now, once the money is getting generated, he keeps half of the money for himself, and rest half is sent to here, to the centers, to here, and then it is distributed among the person who is owning this thing, entire thing, and the person who did the closing. All right. So the person who did the closing is the major one. Like, yeah, I consider myself to be the major one, but the person who does the closing is the major one. He gets, say, 20% of the entire amount when it comes back
So who is it that pays you? Is it the person who gets the money that the closer doesn't get?
Look. What happens is different mode of payment has got. There are many modes of payment, right? Like if for the gateway for this gift cards are sent to this thing, China, and then from there it is redeemed in USA again. I don't know. There must be a a lot of bigger thing in that process. I don't know how that is done, but this is what I know, that the gift card purchased at the original price is sent to China at half a price, and then from China it gets redeemed, okay, in hard cash, okay. So that thing is redeemed in USA, okay.
Okay.
So the main place where the scammed money goes is USA, right? That person might be sending money to Thailand. That person might be sending money to to someone in India, to someone in other countries, right? But ultimately, the entire money goes to USA, and from there, the person who is organizing this, he keeps his share, which is 50%. Right? Maybe it could be any amount. It could be $1 million. It could be 1,000 millions. It could be any amount. He would be keeping 50% of that, and the rest of the 50% is sent to the organizers, right? Who is organizing this entire thing. Now it's a kind of chain, okay? Like one person owning 100 call centers, right? So any of his call centers making any money would come to that person, and now that person is the one who is going to distribute money to the closer, and he's going to keep it rest of the money with himself. So that person pays me on a daily basis, right? That person pays me. So the closer who actually pulls out money, he is the one who is earning a lot without any expenses. You don't have to look after employees, right? He's just sitting talking to the customer and tricking the customer, pulling out money out of him. That's all. He is the one who is doing that, and that person comes at the later part of the work. Like when you get connected, then you get transferred. So anybody who is talking to you after the transfer is the closer.
Okay.
Even the person who get connected, sometimes what they do is they also open the call, and they only close the call. So if they are opening the call and then they are closing it as well, whatever part is done after the connection, after you getting connected remotely, that is done by the closers, and that is the point where the scam begins. Because by that point, like from my end, I know what is going on. What's going on would be you would be shown some wrong things in your computer. You would be convinced that there's something wrong, and then you would be sold something, some technical package. Okay, that's what I have in my head.
Well, what happens is the closer misrepresents things that are really normal and to be expected in your computer, and then convinces you that the things that he's misrepresenting are issues that need to be fixed.
Does that. He does that. That's what he's paid for, right? That's what his skills are, right? So he does that. Okay, so he tries to convince that this is the problem and this is the solution. You have to buy this. So this will cost you $50 or $100, and then then the customer would ask, how would I pay? So that either he would be asking you to pay by gift card or by normal payment gateway.
And do you guys not take checks? You don't take e-checks, I'm assuming, because some scammers do.
No, they check. I don't know about this. I really don't know whether we take this thing e-checks or not, but I think I don't know about this, but a lot of them do, because when ever since I got to know about this process, I kind of investigate a lot. I pretend as if I want to do a lot in this line, but actually I just want to know like what happens and where it ends. So it starts from US and it ends in US, and these people are hired, and then they are paid for that, and this entire thing can affect the country's economy, which I feel, because every day sending millions of dollars outside the country can definitely affect the, and you're selling your products at half a price to China. Technically, that's what happened. Do you know how much does how much gift card does they generate, like is given to Chinese traders every day? Approximately $2 to $5 million every day for gift cards. That would be any gift card, Google, iTunes, any gift card, whatever gift cards are available in your store.
I mean, so it sounds to me like gift card scammers are the ones that debate.
What?
Well, from a scam baiting point of view,
You can do. Look. If you really want to screw someone up, right? I said you can do this one. First thing is, charging the gateway. Okay, paying very less, not like around $50, right? They won't accept anything below $50, maybe $100. So paying them that and then asking for the charge back. Okay, so your Visa card, your credit card company is going to ask for this thing. If they don't give you the money, so they will be fined. They will have to return the money, as well as they will have to pay a fine. So your money is completely secure. You don't have to worry that they have taken my money and I won't be getting it back. The only thing is that you should be knowledgeable enough to take down your money, right? So you can easily claim for the refund for next six months. Okay, so you can anytime within 6 months claim that I want my money back, and you would be getting it back from the gateway company, not from the computer guys. Okay, so that is pretty much secure. So you do it 3 times a month, and they are screwed up with their entire money they made for the entire month. This thing you can do. And the second thing about the gift card, all right, you when they ask buy a gift card, you say okay, I'll be buying it, and then Google the gift card. Okay, Google the whatever card. Suppose they ask you to buy iTunes gift card. Okay, so you just Google backside of iTunes gift card, and you would be shown pictures for the backside of iTunes gift card.
Oh yeah. I used to do the same thing with checks.
Yeah, you can just tell them the codes, okay? So that is really very difficult for a person to write those codes, okay? So don't type it from your end. You simply say that I can give you the picture of my gift card, and you can write it down from your end. So it's very difficult for a person to write. Suppose he says that, suppose he closes the deal at $500, okay? So give him 10 cards for $50, okay? 10 images for $50 card. So that would take a lot of time for him to write down each and every digit, and which are redeemed already, so they're not going to get any money out of it. So that would make him happy, and then when he realizes that I was just being pranked, so that is going to screw him up very, very badly.
Well, I mean, are there any more? Yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest, this has been quite a long conversation. I mean, we've been chatting for nearly 2 hours now. Well, an hour and 45 minutes.
I think I should go now. It's morning over here.
It's my
Yeah.
Yes. So I think I'm going to end the call there. Yeah.
Yeah, and please, if you call, you can if you think that you can trace down this, don't try. Right, I'm giving you this. You know, I'm telling you this personally. Okay, because you will end up finding a wrong person. Okay, that might be a person that can be a normal shopkeeper. That could be a taxi driver on whose name these numbers are purchased. Okay, they don't have any idea. So if you try to trace down this location, you would definitely
Oh
end
no,
up at
I don't do any of that shit, to be honest. All I do is ring people
no,
up and waste their time. Yes.
no, but that's in case. Mostly, like even if you try to trace, you would end up somewhere in India. And already these, the technician sets the IP in such a way that it is shown that we are calling you from India. So that's how it works. And secondly, if you call again, all right, I remember the number. It's 6999 in it, right? So if I am the one who is receiving it, it's good.
Right. No, see, the thing is, what tends to happen is that because scammers, they block numbers, so I have to constantly generate new caller IDs. So if I call again, and I'm going to be honest, I probably will, because I'd quite like to do a bait with someone from your company, like a proper bait, and see how it goes. But if I do call again, I'll be calling from a different phone number, because I can generate an infinite amount of phone numbers, to call from.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, you can do that. Or you can do that, but do not discuss about this conversation. Okay?
No, I won't. No, I won't. Don't worry about that. Because I have no desire to get you in trouble with your criminal bosses, because that could end up being, that could end up with violence, and I don't want violence on my hands. So no, I'm not going to say anything about this call at all. Yeah, that would be nice. And if you if you call me, if you call me, all right. My name is. You can write down my name, Junaid. Okay. So if you recognize, just don't. How do you spell that?
J.
Okay.
That's my real name. All right.
Okay.
All right. So if I recognize your voice, all right. So you can spoil my time. What will happen is, if you try to give me if you try to get connected with me 5 times, right? My target of the day would be with different numbers, obviously, would be completed, and I would be not even 5 times. Even if you call me for one time, all right. If you call me for 1 time a day, get connected with me, and then screw up the closer, whoever that is. That would save my ass.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I'd love to screw with your closers. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that would be very my point is just to generate a remote. Okay. And so once it is generated, my work is done, and then I would be free for the entire day. So I won't be finding for another 4 people, right? So
okay.
Then you can do this every day.
All right. Well, I've made a note of your number. In which case, I'll all right. Yeah. Listen, if you if I mention blue people, then you know it's me, right?
Yeah, blue people. Yeah. That's our secret code, right?
Right. Okay.
So if you say blue people and I'm on the call, so that would be me, right?
Okay.
So then I would tell you that I'm Junaid. So you turn on the computer, get connected, and then I'll transfer the call, and then you can screw the people up up there. That won't bother me anyways.
Excellent. All right, Jeanette. Well, this has been an absolute stonker of a conversation. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a really good chat. Yeah. And I look forward to you passing me on to your closers, so I can waste their time.
Yeah. Where are you calling me from? Which state?
I'm actually calling from the UK.
Oh, you're calling me. Oh, that's how you said, right? It's,
Yeah. But I'm not using a real phone. It's a software phone on my computer.
Okay, I understand that now. Yeah, you can call anytime and you can screw them up. I don't have anything any problem with that.
Brilliant. Right, okay, great. Okay, Janae, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to say goodbye to you now. I hope you have a good night or a good morning, because it's morning where you are, isn't it? Yeah.
Morning, yeah, it's morning. You too have a good night.
All right, take care. Goodbye.